another streaming studio, which is this one. I can write on it. If there is anything we want to write, I can also write. I can write on this one. So let's get started. Are we ready?
Yeah, we are ready now with you.
Okay, thank you. So today we are going to talk about the how to reserve the for examination. Like me, what I know is we have two places that we can register for this examination. We have La Poste, and the driving school also can help us to register for this examination. And this examination, it only cost us 30 €, and we can register as many times as we want. Like but I find last week, I said last week on Monday, he was asking me how many times can someone register. No, you can register as many times that you need it. There is no specific amount of time that you can register for this examination. You can register as many times as many, but I pray that none of us will be registering as many times. It's better for us to pass it and face another thing rather than registering for examination alone. So but it's 30 €. It doesn't change. Ever since I've been hearing about the exam, the price is still fixed. Is 30 €. So we go to the questions. Like you are asking me last week. You see, I went to go and touch. This is how the tablet will look like. This is how the tablet will look like, and they will give us caskets, a big casket that we will put on our head, or earpiece, anyone, or with. So the first thing, that how long will the exam take? The exam is going to take 30 minutes. We should be prepared. It's 30 minutes. And within this 30 minutes, before the 30 minutes will start counting, they will give us 3 test questions to be able to familiarize ourselves with the device. Okay, they will give us three questions so that you can be able to say answer yes. They will now ask you, is the device okay? Then when you are okay, they will now say start. Then the question, how many questions are we going to get? Is 40 questions. We will have 40 questions. That is what we are going to have, 40 questions. So we should be ready. It can either be a video or a text, a picture based questions. If you are familiar with going to Facebook and to YouTube, you will have seen how the video of the questions are. So it's either video, or mostly it's picture, because maybe we have like 2 or 3 videos. Mostly they are pictures, and they will read it, and then we'll have to answer it by ourselves. Then what is the interval of when they read the question and for us to respond is 20 seconds. 20 seconds, because they will have a digital stop counting down time. 20 seconds, 19 seconds, so if you're going down, once it is 0 like this, it changes automatically to the next questions. So we should be ready to, we should be able to. One thing I normally do is, when me and one was writing it, first of all, when they started reading it, I will just look at the answer. What is the answer of A, B, C? So by the time I will now read it again, you will be able to indicate the answer directly. And when you are going to do 40 questions, how many are you expected to score? You must not score below 35. If you score below 35, it means that the person is failed. So you have to score 35, and the only fault that you can allow is 5. Anything below 5, no. And we should also know that there is no 2 answers. If the answer is A, B, and you choose only A, there is no half mark. There is no half mark in this situation. Is fail is you missed it, you missed it. If the answer is 3 answers and you now just choose only 2 or 1, you have missed it. No half mark. Okay, and then so we should be careful and to know to select the answer. And in case maybe during the exam they caused someone cheating in the exam, is 5 years banned. Yes, is 5 years banned. You will not have right to rewrite the exam until after 5 years, and you know you have to be you have to even appeal before they can now allow you to rewrite the exam. So we should be very careful. And now they have even simplified it now. In the question now, the new question they are setting now, during our own time, it was not like that. But now they are simplified. They will even put on top of the questions, whether it's 1 answer or 2 or multiple answer. They will indicate, they will not indicate whether it is 2 answer, but they will say multiple answer, or they'll put 1 answer. But during our own time, it was not like that. It is we that will figure out whether it's multiple or it is 1. So I think they have changed it now. So that is the bonus now. So we should be careful whether what we are doing. And so that is the first part of today's training. Then we'll go to the next one, which we are going to talk about different type of panel that we have. No, I said it on Monday that we'll be discussing about the panel today. Okay, so one of the panel that we have is danger. Danger panel is always in triangle. So we should know that danger panel is triangle. Anywhere we see danger panel is in triangle. Okay, and I've made video on it on all the type of danger panel that we have. I will paste the link on the group if I have not pasted it. And we have another panel that is called intersection. Intersection panel, they are round in nature. Okay, they are round with white background and the border is red. The next panel that we can see on the road is temporary panel, which is triangle, but this one will be yellow background. It will have yellow background. There will not be white background. Danger is white background, and intersection temporary panel will be yellow background. Regardless of what they drew inside this one, they can draw anything. They can draw maybe somebody that is walking on the road. It is temporary. Anywhere you see any panel that is yellow, it means it is temporary panel. Okay, and the next one is indication panel. It has a blue background. That is indication. It can indicate anything. It can indicate right to turn to your right. It can indicate anything. So but it is square in nature. And the last type of panel that exists is obligation panel. It's round. It's round and blue background as well. So we have 2 background. So those are the panel that we have. These are the 5 type of panel that we have. We'll be learning more on it. Let's talk more about the danger panel now. Danger panel, they are triangle in shape, we know. And what are the purpose of danger panel? They are to draw our attention to the places where we must be extra vigilant because of the presence of obstacles or dangerous passage. Okay, when you are outside the city in French, it means hors agglomération. Okay, and this panel will be located 150 before the reported danger, 150 meter before the reported danger. I want to circle, sorry, 150 meter. As you can see, that I circled it, that is the danger panel. One thing that we should hold on to is that our agglomeration, that is outside the city, is 150. Okay, then within the city is going to be between 0 and 50 meters where they are going to implant that panel. Is 0 and 50 meter when you are in the city. We are here in Rennes, we are here in France. Other people can be in another places. as you, before you meet that danger, any type of danger that they are talking about, it will be 50, it will be reported at 50 meter. I hope it's clear. So we continue with the panel. We have, I'll talk about, okay, let's talk about this one. This one is triangular. As I said that it will be 150 and 50 outside, but anytime you will see this panel is called circulation dans le deux sens. That means traffic in the two-way. Okay, it's traffic in the two-way. For us to be able to understand it, that wherever we see this panel, that is where it takes effect. It forgets all the rules, that general rules of 150 and 50. It does not concern this panel. This panel starts immediately from where they put it, so we should take note of it. It will not be 150 meter or 50 meter. No, it's where they put it that it starts from. Okay, so it's a traffic from, that means there is car or vehicle, as we want to call it, coming from the both side. So it's only this panel that does not follow that classic rules. It's an exceptional panel. So we go to the next panel, which is we are going to talk about interdiction panel. I said interdiction panel, they are round in shape. So we have three types of interdiction panel. We have prohibition panel, which is signalization, the interdiction. So I'm trying to put the French under it as requested last week. Okay, so I might not be pronouncing the French also very well. You said what?
I said we can use one way because I know it as one way.
Yeah. You mean this one? Are you talking about this panel?
No, interdiction panel.
Okay. Yeah, it's not only one way. We are going to get there. It's not only one way that is interdiction panel. There are more than one way. So prohibition, we have prohibition panel. We have end of ban, that is found interdiction, and then end of zone area, which is found the zone area. So, and we should know that the prohibition, they are round in shape with the exception of one, and this is normally prohibition panel with the exception of this one. This one is exceptional, that it just is a red background surrounded by just white, and this one is only the one that is posted at the entrance of a particular street. If they don't want you to enter, this is the panel that you will see. Sorry, I want to circle it. Okay, and this panel is immediately where they put it that it takes place. That means once you are about to enter a particular street or anywhere and you saw this panel, it means you cannot enter. Okay, we cannot enter. I already did a full comprehension of an interdiction panel that I don't know whether I've posted the link. If not, I will still post it on the group. Okay, so we will meet it there until we see the next junction. That is when we will know that the interdiction panel is finished. So we go to the next one, which is prohibit. What are the prohibition sign? That's why I said it is not only sens interdit, because this one is sens interdit. This panel that we talk about, let me bring that panel out. This last panel is called sens interdit. Okay, so we are going to the prohibition panel now. We have three types. So I'll just give us some example how we are going to be able to see how we are going to be differentiating all this panel. Prohibition panel, what does this mean? This one means interdict to turn left. We do not have the right to turn to our left. Okay, we do not have right to turn to our left. So I put it in both in French and in English as well, so that as demanded the last time. Any type of round like this, if you see it, you know that it is under D. You do not have right to take something that is prohibited to do. Okay, that is what it's all about. And the next one is end of band signal, which is there around this. Anytime you see this type of panel, you know that it is at end what they said you cannot do before, you can start doing it, and it takes effect immediately. If they say you cannot turn right and you now saw this type of panel, it means it has ended. That means you can turn right at the next junction. Okay, so the next one we are going to talk about zone. We all see this zone panel everywhere. It means it's not about one street. If anytime you are about to enter a city, or you want to enter a particular quartier, as they will say it, and you saw this, it means it's general. It's not only one street. Sorry, please hold on. Praise the Lord. So so zone is general. It's not for concerning only one city. It's a neighborhood. So it can be entire city, it can be a particular quartier. Okay, please. So that is and then you should know that when you are seeing a zone panel, it is limited to 30 km/hour. You do not have the right to run more than. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
We are not hearing you, ma.
From where?
You can't hear you. I can't hear you.
I've informed her.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes, they have informed me. Thank you. From where did I stop? From where? Hello? Hello? Can you hear me now? Hello?
Is that she's still talking?
But we can't hear her.
What happened?
I will tell her again.
Okay, sir.
But I can hear myself. Hello? Yes, I'm still talking, but oh no, ni mò ń wá kó what happened? Mi ì lo earpiece fún nǹkan tí mò ń lò. Another one tí mo fi ń wo control nǹkan tí mò ń ṣe ni mo tún lo earpiece. Ó ń sọ̀rọ̀ tí mò ń ṣe YouTube ń sọ̀rọ̀. I can be hearing it. I want to check what is happening. One minute.
I think she's working on that. Can you hear me? Yes, we can hear you, sir.
Yes.
And I can hear.
She said she's hearing herself
I can.
on her YouTube page.
I can hear myself very well on the YouTube page. And then they are not hearing me in this place. What happened? Is live? No. I know what to do.
Maybe she can cut and reconnect again.
Yeah, I think that's better.
Is that good? I said maybe she can go out and connect again. Okay.
What happened is here that this. I will come back from this. Let me try and connect from DO. Enter room back. Mo ti jáde yẹ̀yà. Mo ti jáde, mo tún fẹ́ padà wọlé ni. Ẹ̀dẹ̀ bá ń bomi. Hello? Ah,
Yeah.
okay.
But is that one?
What about now? It's okay? Okay, it's better, abi? Okay, let's continue. I don't know where I stopped. Where did I stop before the issue started?
Zone points.
The zone. Okay, so I'll pick it from there again. Okay. So, thank you for the, sometimes all this electronic, they are like that. So we'll continue. We'll go back to the zone front now. We are on zone front, so I'm still there. So this signal, this sound signal, I said, is it plays normally. It plays at the entrance of a city. Okay, at the entrance of the city or a particular quartier. If you live in France, you know what they call quartier. That is a place, a particular place that have so many streets, and you do not have right to move more than 30 kilometers per hour there. You have to be going slowly and slowly and slowly and slowly until you will see the fan of the panel. As I show it before, the fan, you have to see the fan, and all the fan is white in shape. All the fan is white in shape like this. So you must see this, which they put on top of that front. And all this one as is already in the other video that I did, because this one is just going to be an introduction to it. Okay, so we'll go to the next one, which is the sign of obligation. The sign of obligation is, we know it is blue. It has blue background, and it can be anything that they will put on it. And when we see end of obligation, it will be that same panel, but it must have the red line on it. It means that we have come to the end of obligation. Obligation means, like this, for example, this bicycle. If this bicycle is without that red line, it will means that this is lane is obligatory for bicycle to take it. It is compulsory for bicycle to take this lane. Okay, but when you see this panel with red line like this, it means that it has end its obligation. That means a bicycle that can also drive on the same road with us. Okay, so that's the meaning of this obligation sign. And anywhere you see obligation sign, you should know that it takes effect immediately where they put it. It does not have 150, 200. No, it takes effect where they put it. Okay, so that is for that. Then we'll go to the next one, which is the indication panel. Indication panel, we know it's a square, is in square shape. Okay, and we know the name, signal de indication, and it also from immediately. It's also take effect from immediately. And what does this panel does? It gives indication, useful information to the driver on the road, what they should take, or it might give also information on the presence of a proximity of a service or facilities for your users. Maybe they wanted to indicate maybe you are going on the auto route, and they want to tell you that you can park at a particular place. That is where you will see this panel. Where you can park, that is where you will see this panel, and it takes place immediately. And as we said, we have temporary panel. This is another type of panel where people are walking on the road. This is the panel they will put, or when in case there is accident also, it is temporary panel that they will put there as well, in case there is accident, or they are walking they will put temporary panel for us to be able to see, to be able to know what is happening. Or there is even if there is manifestation, let's say there is any manifestation, maybe where we are living they are doing general manifestation, they will put this yellow panel there. It might not, they will not draw a man walking, but they will put another thing there for you to see. Anywhere you see yellow, you know something is happening there, and it's for temporal, it's not going to last longer. So I now said, okay, the different type of end of panel that we have, the general one, which is one, we have all this one, is like this. It's this three type of end of panel. It can be 60, it can be 30, it can be any 90. This is just an example. Anytime you see this, you know that this is end of interdiction panel that you are seeing. We have another one that is end of obligation. It's round, blue with red line. So it's any time that you see this, know that this is end of obligation. And the last one that we have is end of indication panel. The square with red line. Okay, so and also now we now have one that does not have end, which is the triangle. The danger panel is that triangle. It does not have end. You know, we have four, which this is the last one. No end of danger panel. It's only either after the 50 meter that I said, you won't see it again, or after the 150 meter you will not see it again. Okay, and there is only one panel that does not have beginning and end, which is the stop panel. It's octagon in shape, it's red and white, so it does not have whether end or beginning. Stop is stop, and anywhere this stop is implanted, that is where they put it, it means that you must stop immediately. And most of the time they are accompanied with a line, a thick white line, as you can see on this picture. A very thick white line will be there. That means you must stop at not, if sometimes most of the time the panel will come first before the line. If the panel comes first before the line, you have to move closer to the line before you will stop. Okay, sometimes they might put a broken line, a discontinued line that we talked last week. They might put it there, and they will not draw maybe for bicycle at the middle. We do not have right to stop where they drew bicycle, so we have to stop before that broken line. That is for the car. Okay, so that is about spot. And stop, it takes effect immediately where it was put in. Is immediately, it doesn't change, it takes effect. There is no, the rule is stop is stop. And if you do not stop at the stop sign, maybe somebody was caught, anyone that is caught with police, is 4 points that is going to lose from his point that you already gathered. And to recuperate, that is like French we say, to recover 4 points, it takes a longer months. So we should be careful. And then we have another panel that we call Giveway at the intersection, which is céder le passage. Céder le passage. So this panel is like a triangle that's face down. You should know that anytime we see this triangle, when we see it face down, we have to give way to anyone that is coming from most especially from the left side, that is already in the roundabout. So we have to give the person way to go. Okay, so sometimes they are accompanied with mark on the floor as well. Okay, you can see that mark, but that broken mark, sometimes you will see that mark, so you have to move closer to that mark. And with this mark, we are not obliged, that is, we are not compulsory to stop. In case there is nobody in the roundabout, we go. But when we see someone in the roundabout, we have to slow down, wait for that person to go before we will go. So you do not need to stop there, and it takes place immediately as well. It takes place immediately. Wherever they put it is where it takes place. Wherever you will see it, it takes place immediately. Okay, it takes place immediately. So we go to the next one, which is indication of priority road. Indication of priority road. This one, it means that you have right at every junction you have right at every junction. When you see this, it means you have right at every junction, and wherever they put it, it takes place immediately. Every junction that you are seeing, you have the right to go first. Every junction you are seeing, you have the right to go first until you see the end. You know, anyone that they draw cross like this, it means your at that junction, from that junction, from the a partir the starting from the next junction, you do not have right again to go. Okay, you do not have right to go again. That is the end of the junction of the priority rules. So it's end of the priority. You do not have right to continue again. So we go to I want to recap all the type of panel that we said we have, and all these type of panel, they take place immediately, which we have interdiction, we have obligation, and we have indication. They take place immediately, and we have the end of it also. The three of them are end, except the danger panel that does not have end. So danger panel is different. Danger panel, we have it in the city is 50 meters, outside city, which is all agglomeration, is 150, and highway is 200. They will put it in 200 meters. You will see any danger panel, you will see it there. So now that is the first part of today, and we have already spent much time. Let me see, this is 8:20, 8:35, so we can still do the let's do the level crossing and the tunnel. What is level crossing and tunnel? We are talking about railway lines. So that is passage à niveau in français. They will say passage à niveau in French. So about the tunnel, which is the under the bridge. If you want to go under the bridge, so that is what we are talking next. Now we are going to talk about the various types that we are going to see. Under this, we have that is railway with barrier, that is level crossing with barrier, that is passage à niveau avec barrier. We have level crossing without barrier, passage à niveau sans barrier. Those are the two types that we have. So let's talk about, you will see. Okay, when we are talking about barrier, so it's a danger panel but with barrier. That railway, this is the barrier, and most of the time this type of, it can be automatic or manual. We should know that it can be automatic or manual, and we are going to see it like 200 to 300 meters before that railway. In case if the feasibility is very poor, it will be like 2 to 300 meters for us to take note of it. Okay, so this, it can be automatic and it can be manual. Like one of the links I will post maybe today or tomorrow, I have the full video on it that we can go and watch to be able to understand. Yeah, okay. We are talking about level crossing with barrier, which is a danger. I think I said it can be either automatic or it can be manual. So we should take note of that. It can either be automatic or manual. So that is level crossing, and the next one is level crossing without barrier. When they say level crossing without barrier, this is the panel that will show it. It has this type of panel, this, and then we have another one, which is this second one. It means that we have only one railway line. This panel, let me circle the panel I am talking about. This panel, it shows that we have only one line. This one with red, only one lane of railway. But in case we see this one, it means that it has all multiple rails. So we should be careful when we are seeing this type of panel on the road, and it means that another train can hide behind it. That is what another train can hide behind it. So we should be careful as we are going. Another train can hide behind it. And another thing that we also have is this type of panel. We should be careful with this type of panel. This one here, which it says danger. Okay, this one is all about railway, and they don't really in this it's little question that comes out from this part. So it's not really where they don't normally bring question. It's once a while you can see question, but it's not frequent like the other type of panel that we have. So now we are going to what we call Bales. They call it Bales. That is, this is implanted when we are approaching a railway, as I said, in a short man language, a railway. It is Bales, they call it. So it is these three things that you will see. This is the number one, and it's always accompanied with this the level crossing without barrier. You will see it is on top of it that they will put it. They will be close to each other. And this line that you are seeing that have three, that's three red line, each one represents 150. And this one used to come out from the question as well, so we should take note of this one. It has three, each one is 150. So it means that you see this place that I drew, this black place, this black, I use it to represent a railway. So it will be 150 meter before the railway. You will see this 150 meter before the railway, and after that you will see the next one, the line will reduce. That means you are already at 100 meter to the railway. Okay, you are 100 meter to the railway, and after that you will now see 50. That means the last one, which is one lane, you are close to the railway before you can now cross. This sometimes it comes out, so you can be seeing it in the question if you have started doing question and answering. And we'll go to the next one, which is the tunnel, which is where we are going to end today. Is the tunnel. We are going to talk about the tunnel last. So we know tunnel is under bridge, where maybe there is something above, so they will do it under or underground. So that is what we can. So we have the do and don't in the tunnel. So what are the don'ts that you cannot do in the tunnel? One, you cannot turn in a tunnel. You cannot turn back. Maybe you want to turn back, you cannot make a U-turn in the tunnel. Okay, the next thing you cannot do in the tunnel is that you cannot stop or park in the tunnel. No. The emergency stop that is in the tunnel, it is for a specific purpose. So you cannot just park and maybe you want to receive call. No, you cannot do that. And whenever you are in the tunnel, it is compulsory to on your light, which this light is called feu de croisement. This light is called feu de croisement. So you can have to on this light. It's called feu de croisement. Okay, and in a tunnel you have maximum speed to run, which is 30 meters. They will put it there. Obligation, that is obligation panel that we just talked about, 30, that you have the right to run, to move in the tunnel. And the last one is the maximum speed is 70 kilometers. You cannot be more than 70 kilometers. The minimum speed 30, the maximum 70. Just know the difference. Minimum speed, obligation speed, you must not go below 30 in a tunnel. The maximum that you should go, that you can run, is 70 kilometers in a tunnel. And we are still talking about the tunnel. Inside the tunnel, you must keep a safety distance as well. So how do you know the safety distance to keep in a tunnel? When you are inside the tunnel, you will be seeing these two lines. These two. Let me change this color so that you can be able to see it very well. These two lines, this blue, and there is another blue inside here. These two blue lines, yeah. Okay, these two blue lines that I drew arrow on, you will be seeing it in the tunnel. That means you must leave that two blue line in between your vehicle and the vehicle in front of you, because the furniture in your front cannot see you, so you are the one at the back. So you are the one that will have to leave that two blue line between the vehicle that is in front of you. That shows that you respect a 2-second safety distance. Okay, so and in case you did not see, in case there is no blue line there, you have to make use of these two lines here. Two lines, that's the safety distance. Two lines, you have to use these big two lines in this next panel that I put as a distance, safety distance in the tunnel. Okay, and also we have the emergency stop. This emergency stop is when somebody is having problem, maybe the person is not feeling well, the person is not feeling fine. That's the only time you can use this emergency spot in the tunnel, or there is an accident. Okay. And then we have also where we call emergency exit. It can be to the right, it can be to the left, so it is both sides that have it. Okay, so we should know that emergency exit. And we should also know that this emergency exit, it is help us maybe during fire accident, for us to be able to run outside to protect the smoke and the heat for someone that is inside the tunnel, to be able to find a route to escape. And also we have a calling station inside. They have it inside under the bridge as well, where you can call in case of emergency. Most of the time under the bridge there is no network, but this phone is working 24/7. And we also have the firefighter, this extinguisher also, maybe to quench the to quench the fire or anything. So we should take note all this one is there. And we should know that the last thing they are called the niche. Anyway, all these three, where they are niche of security, where they are. They cannot protect you from fire, except this emergency exit. That's the only one that can protect you from fire. But the fire extinguisher cannot protect you from fire. You have to run for yourself, for your safety by yourself. So the last one, which is what can you do when there is accident, and when there is maybe somebody is not feeling fine, or your car is not working very well. What can you do? The first thing that you should do is you should turn your hazard light. We have hazard light and we should on it. Hazard light is triangle in the car. It's normally at the middle of the board, tableau de bord. So we have to put it on. The next thing to do is you have to put on your gilet jaune as well. So I'm writing it in French as well, in case. So the next thing you should do is you should try to find a place for your safety. Okay, you find a place for your safety, that especially that emergency stop arrest. You have to go there. And the last thing is to contact the emergency service in case of an accident. And one thing that I want us to know is that even if there is hold up under the bridge, they want us to respect the safety distance that we mentioned, that we talk about. Okay, so that brings us to the end of today. Today's program, and let's now start taking question and answer. If we have any question and answer. So I think it's time for question and answer now. Thank you. I'm coming back to it.